Hi everyone, it's Wombleway here, and I'm in the Heaven Designs and Geber H120. I'm at Compton Abbas, and I'm just going to show you the basic principles of taking off, flying short distance, and then landing in a helicopter. You can apply these principles to pretty much any chopper in the sim. Obviously there are slight differences between choppers, but let's get in the cockpit and see how we get on. Okay, so here we are. So just looking down, gonna add some collective. As you can see, it's moving very, very gradually. You can just see the helicopter lifting off now. So I'm gonna use a little bit of cyclic and the anti-torque pedals just to keep it steady. Here we go. So we're just rising in the air now. I'm trying to keep it in hover. Just a gentle sort of juggling of the controls. So here we are. In the outside view, you can see we've got it in a nice hover there. And you don't need to be too high off the ground. Certainly not if you're just getting to grips with helicopters. They fly pretty differently to fixed wing. So we'll just add a little bit of collective in and push forward on the cyclic very, very gently. Remember, with helicopters it's always small movements. So we're just pushing forward with the cyclic, and you can see that the forward speed is increasing. Again, every time you adjust one control in a helicopter, you have to adjust all the other controls as well. So the more forward flight you have, or forward momentum, the less the torque pedals come into play. But you will also add altitude, so you then have to correct with the collective lever and so on. But we're just coming down to the end of the runway. We can see some helicopters parked up. So we'll start to slow the helicopter. So I need to pull back on the cyclic stick. By doing that, that will add height. So I need to push forward on the collective, lower the collective, and as you can see, I've now come down towards the ground. So just pull back on the collective a little bit more, just add a little bit more in, just to keep it steady and in the hover. And again, using very, very small movements of the cyclic and the pedals and the collective, very, very gradually moving over. So probably over corrected there with the cyclic, but just trying to get in line with the other helicopters that we can see there. It does help if you have a frame of reference on the ground. So we're moving forward very, very slowly. So we're about level. That'll do. So we'll just gently lower the collective. Remember, like, don't lower it all in one go. Just lower it, pull back, lower it, pull back, and then as you're about to touch down, just dump the collective. There you go. We're on the ground. We're not entirely in line with the other helicopters, but we're on the ground, and that's the important thing. So as I say, this is the H130, the H120, sorry, by Heaven Designs and Geber. There are other choppers out there, the H125 by Cowan Sim and the Chinook. They're not the most realistic flight models, but they are very handy if you fancy flying something that's outside the default sim. Otherwise, the small, I've forgotten what it's called now, but the small chopper, I forget the 206 for the time being, but the small chopper, the Cadbury, is a very good starting point. If you'd like something a bit more challenging, then there's helicopters from Fly Inside, the B47 and the B206, which probably have the most realistic flight attributes in the simulator. but obviously that comes with its own challenges. But they do have a little panel inside both of the aircraft where you can tweak various settings to suit your flying style. But I hope that's been of use. I'm on my way, and happy flying.